Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, thank you so much for the support. If you haven't already, please drop me a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. It helps us get these videos out to a broader audience. It could help somebody out and maybe in the position you're in or used to be in, maybe making that first kayak purchase or their next kayak purchase. So anyways, I'll get right into it. I want to do a video on two very similar kayaks that maybe not a lot of people know the fundamental differences between. And I'm talking about the Native Slayer and the Native Titan series. So I'm discounting the Propel 10, which is kind of their lightweight kayak. I've already done a video on that. I'll link up here in the corner if you want to check that out, if you're looking for something a little lighter weight. But these two kayaks are for your anglers that are looking for that robust, rigid, heavy-duty kayak. And a lot of companies do that well, but I feel like Native really kind of takes it above and beyond when you're talking about really heavy-duty kayaks. So what I mean by that is thicker hull construction. That does make for a heavier kayak, keep in mind. So again, the Slayer Max 10 foot comes in at $26.99. Fitted hull weight, which is seat, drive, everything you see here is 97 pounds. If you take the seat and the drive off, it drops it down to about 75 pounds. So it's pretty manageable if you're just loading it in the back of a truck or carrying it to your vehicle from the water and vice versa. The Titan 10.5, however, does boast a little bit of a higher hull weight. So fully rigged like you see here with the seat and the drive, you're looking at 121 pounds. With the seat and the drive off, it drops it down to right around 100 pounds. So again, still manageable, but it is a little, it's a pretty good little difference there. You're looking at about a 25-pound weight difference. I'll go over later in the video on what exactly is causing that weight capacity, and that may be kind of a selling point for you depending on what you're looking on. So the Slayer here, one thing that is different on the Slayer is the whole, the hatch storage here. So you do have a nice two little cubbies here. You have a removable tray, which is nice. But if you're looking for something with that really big opening and access to the entire inside of the hull, it can leave you wanting a little bit more probably. Not everybody stuffs their boat full of gear. So again, keep that in mind, but you do have some storage in here. You've also got some storage up here as well if you're wanting to put some extra gear there. But keep in mind, it doesn't have that large opening. It's almost a little bit of fool's gold if you think about it. A lot of people, when they see that, they're thinking, okay, I'm going to be able to store a bunch of gear in there. Not necessarily the case on the Slayer Max. So the Propel drive remains unchanged this year. Again, it's tried and true. It's one of the first pedal drives on the market on a kayak. You do have this little pull-out drawer, which is really nice. This is very similar to the Bonafide SS series. Really, really nice padded frame seat. It is a fixed position seat, though, on the Slayer Max. That means you don't have a high-low option on it. And when you go back here to the tank well, again, pretty decent tank well on that. You got a lot of space right here, which personally I kind of wish they would have done something a little bit more with. But this allows you to run your power pole setup, your trolling motor setup. There's a lot of things you can do here. And if you're running maybe a battery up top here, you can do that. And then you got your black pack or your tackle management system here. So you got gear track placed here by the seat. You got gear track on the side, so you got plenty of options there. You got your little tackle storage here as well with the bungee over it for your Plano boxes. And then you got these nice rubberized grips here on the back. So that's really nice if you're carrying around a heavier kayak. It's easier on the fingers. One thing that I love that Native does is these little paddle clips. So you can split your paddle in two, which most of them come in two parts. And you can clip them here running out the back. This allows your paddle to, in my opinion, in a pedal drive kayak, your paddle should never be taking up your premium space. So, especially on a 10-foot kayak. So the 10.5 Titan. So I told you about the weight. The one thing you do get with a Titan is you get this little Tupperware lid here, and there's your hull access. There's your large storage. So the Titan here has got this foam kind of layer on the inside. You can see it's a little bit of a lighter color. So it's an extra layer of plastic almost, but it gives you a thicker hull, more rigid hull. It also gives you 100 pounds extra weight capacity. So the weight capacity on the Slayer Max at 400 pounds, the Titan 10.5 gives you 500 pounds weight capacity. It does sacrifice the weight a little bit, making it a little bit higher, but keep that in mind if you're wanting something to carry quite a bit of gear with you. You truck guys out there, think of it as a half-ton truck versus maybe a 3/4 ton, 1 ton vehicle. Same drive system, same drive setup, kind of a deeper dish design on the Titan, a little bit of a thinner gunnel, which makes for a wider deck space, which a lot of people are a big fan of, that open deck space. You do have this console that the chair sits on top of. Now, you do have that high-low option on the Titan, so keep that in mind as well. Those of you that like to sight fish a little bit more or maybe stand up from your kayak, the Titan's going to give you a little bit more freedom on that. It also, a high position is good for sight fishing. Also, if you are standing up or a taller guy, it allows you to your hip to knee alignment on your pedal drive. So you get a little bit more freedom with your seating position. Both kayaks have intuitive rudder controls on the left side. That just means a left turn is going to turn you left, a right turn is going to turn you right. On the Titan, you get a much, much bigger tank well. So this allows you to store more gear. It's a much deeper dish design, which I hope that's coming through there, and it kind of slants up a little bit. That allows you, if you do get water in there, it'll slide it down toward your scupper holes. It's still the same paddle management system. You got the 2 taco clips there, and you can see these little ridges. That's where your blade to your paddle goes into. So it keeps it against the side. It doesn't sacrifice your storage. So the Titan, again, you get that higher weight capacity. You're going to want to think about some kind of transport management system on there. So Native does make the Sidekick, which, again, these are the wheels that come with it. You can mount the C-Tug wheels on the Sidekick. So this is very familiar with the Boondocks landing gear. It's just something, it's track mounted, which really helps with the Natives. So you're not having to drill, you're not having to worry about backing plates inside the hull. These are really, again, thicker hulls. It's reinforced toward the back, so you don't have to worry about hull cracking over time with that. But definitely a worthwhile investment. I want to say, I'll put the price on the screen of the Sidekick if you're interested in something like that, about what to expect to pay on that. But guys, that's it in a nutshell on the differences between there. I'll show you the bottoms of the boats, both of them here. Okay, so this is the bottom of the Slayer Max 10. So you can see, I told you about a little bit of a squared off front end, nice little keel line there. You have a really, really large transducer mount here. And then, of course, your propel drive, how that looks coming down. You got that really nice metal rock guard that'll keep that protected as well. A little bit of a flat plane running down both sides with a little bit of a keel line running down the middle, and then it bumps up there to protect the rudder. These both have these spring-loaded rudders, which again, that allows your rudder to go down as opposed to years past, and then turn side to side like that. A lot of people have said they've really increased the tracking capability as far as your straight line pedaling. It keeps the boat from wanting to fishtail right and left. So there's been a lot of good feedback on those. So that's the Slayer Max. I'll run through real quick on the bottom and the differences between this and the Titan. Okay, so here's the bottom of the Titan. You'll notice it's a little bit more of a rounded hull. It's a little bit more of a sharper keel line as well. That allows you to cut through the water. Your rounded hull is going to make this a lot more maneuverable. It's going to glide across. It's going to turn a little bit better with that rounded hull because, again, keep in mind, you're talking about a heavier, wider kayak. So it makes it a little bit more equal to the Slayer as far as your maneuvering. Again, you do have that higher weight capacity, so you are going to sit up a little bit higher in the water. This little concave area in the middle, this will help protect your transducer. This will accommodate a larger transducer, and also it allows a little bit of more protection for your pedal drive. In the back here, again, you've also got a little bit more of a keel guard here, but it's a little bit smaller than than on the Slayer. But again, just something to protect your rudder from rocks, from stumps, anything like that. Again, these both now come with that spring-loaded rudder that goes up and down from the factory. But anyways, I hope this video has helped you guys out. If you wanted a little bit more information on the Native pedal drives, what the differences are, who they're for, who they may not be for. Again, if you're wanting something a little bit more of a lighter duty kayak, between the two, the Slayer is a great option. If you want that robust weight capacity, a lot of gear, maybe wanting to motorize or store more gear inside the hull, the Titan is definitely the one for you there. So just wanted to show what you get for an extra $100 with Native. I feel like you get a really good value with the Titan and the Slayer both. But again, keep in mind that boat weight. So if the extra 20 pounds, 25 pounds is not a big deal to you, maybe that Titan is a little bit better for you. But again, they're both phenomenal kayaks. They've both been around for a long time. They've made a lot of improvements to these in both comfort and speed. So again,